Hey everybody, what's up? This is Alex Crumb, aka I'm your Viz Sig Returns, and I got my last birthday gift at Meijers. I'm gonna show you what it is. It is the live action Beauty and the Beast DVD. There's the cast on there. On the top it says DVD. There's Mrs. Potts and Chip, Plumette, Lumiere and Cogsworth, and of course Beast and Belle. And right there, Disney's Beauty and the Beast. On the side, there's Disney DVD, Beauty and the Beast on the side, Emma Watson as Belle. On the numbers it says 144792. On the back, there's a bonus feature on here, the Beauty and the Beast music video by Ariana Grande and John Legend. The barcode up there, A Tale as Old as Time, More Magical Than Ever, Mike Weber from NBC News. The description right here, I'll read it. The story and characters you know and love come to spectacular life in the live action adaptation of Disney's animation Beauty and the Beast, a cinematic event celebrating one of the most beloved tales ever told. There's Emma Watson holding Lumiere as a candelabra. There's Gaston performing the Gaston song. Belle and Beast going to dance to Beauty and the Beast, and Beast showing Belle the enchanted book. This is rated PG for some action, violence, peril, and frightening images. Runs for 129 minutes. Disney Movie Rewards right there. And this is, as you can see right there, the 2017 DVD release. Walt Disney Records DVD video right there. Disney logo again. And there's the English, Spanish, and French versions of audio and closed captions. And now to open the DVD. There we go. Here's the DVD and the advertisement about Disney Movie Rewards. Now, if you all remember from on like Monday that I didn't tell you guys this, but I got this 1991 Beauty and the Beast from FYE. And yeah, I was lucky to find this. This one I paid a little more cash for. So I'm going to tell you a little differences about these two movies. But first I'm going to start off with which version is my favorite is this one. Okay, so here we go. This one doesn't have the Human Again song. It doesn't feature it. This one has the couple more added songs like Days in the Sun. Trying to think here if I can remember. Like an intro to like the Prince when they dance, like it goes like something like "Oh How Divine." And when Belle sings about when they visit her child home, this is the Paris of my childhood, I remember. Also, the best voice of Beast and Belle, Robbie Benson, Paige O'Hara. They do a pretty decent job. Lumiere Cogsworth original in here. Gaston, I think, has to go to Richard White. Maurice, the older version in the Beauty and the Beast, does a great job. Plumette, or Babette. In this film it's known as Babette, or Fifi, and in this one it's known as Plumette. So I like this version of Plumette the best. Mrs. Potts and Chip. I like the original voice of Mrs. Potts and Chip. Emma Thompson does a okay version of singing. Well, she's not the best. Also, if you notice that there's like major differences between these two films. Let me see if I can remember. This has a shorter story of the Beast's introduction. This one has a more extended version of like when they're like the prince is getting ready to dance and there's all these beautiful dancers, and it goes like into depth of how they really explained it through this version. And I have the book. And also, I feel like the Song of Belle is also a little extended too. Now, when it comes to Belle's father, in this one, he's inventor and he goes off to the fair with Philippe. Well, this one, he's a music box maker. That's a strange difference there. Now, when he comes to the castle, there's some differences also. It looks like they took when he comes, he's introduced by Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and Chip, and he's confronted by the Beast, and the Beast puts him in prison. Well, in this one, he just roams around the castle. He hears Maestro Cadenza, and, stuff like that. He warms himself by the fire, and then Chip starts coming closer to him as he's about to eat dinner. And that was actually, I think, adapted from the book and the actual book that was written in the 1700s. Then he takes off, and he also has to give Belle a rose, but she never asked for a rose. And Paige O'Hara never asked for a rose in this one, or should I say Belle, this Belle. And she does. So he picks one out of the Beast's garden. The Beast gets all pissed and shit. So he, the shadow, you can't really see him, but you can see his face and eyes. They put him in the show. And, wow. Well, what else can I say about the differences? Oh, the song lyrics in Gaston are really different. Also, when Beast invites Belle to dinner is a little different too. This one, when he says, when you come down to dinner, this one's my favorite. This one's okay, more intense and aggressive in that one. And oh, I forgot to tell you, when Belle goes to the castle, in this version, the Beast takes her to the castle and shows her to her room. But Lumiere suggests to her a more comfortable room. And actually, Lumiere opens the castle and shows Belle his way to the room along with Cogsworth, as she's more confronted into a more beautiful room and stuff like that. She's just introduced to Plumette and Madame de Garbreau. And in this version, they did not show Gaston and Maurice going to the castle to find the Beast, but in this version they do. Then, all stuff like that. The control your tempers are, both of these control your tempers are good in both of them and stuff. And that's also when she asks, why do you care about him so much? She gives a more explained detail that they cared about him most throughout his life, and a little history about the Beast and stuff like that. And that's when the Days in the Sun begins. It just goes, but they never show, in this one they never show Gaston talking to the insane asylum captain, but in this one they do, talking about the plan to, marry Belle and stuff like that. And in this one, you see also going on to Agatha rescuing Maurice from the tree and nursing him back to health and going back to the village and all that stuff. I like when both versions show the version of the library. They're both really good and something there when they're playing in the snow. Now this one is really good because it gives a story of Belle's childhood. So they talk about how he was reading Guinevere and Launcelot. Oh well, it's actually King Arthur, he says. So they say, let's run away together, and they take him to the library again and shows him this book that the enchantress gives him, somewhere to truly allow you to escape and stuff. So they take him to Belle's childhood, Paris, and all that. Well, this one, they just continue with something they're human again. Now, in this one, when they're done visiting the childhood of Belle's childhood in Paris, Gaston and LeFou are actually going back to his cabin and stuff like that. And they find Maurice there, and then people ask him, did you try to kill Maurice and stuff like that? When he says he didn't, and he says that's not true, you tried to kill me and lead me to the wolves and stuff like that. And so they cut on to the Beast in the bathtub, just like they do in this one. And they have the dance, Beauty and the Beast, and they said he hasn't danced in years. Oh, this one does not have the Song of Evermore, but this one does, and I absolutely love it. It is phenomenal. Dan Stevens does a great job of singing it. he's really awesome at it. And also, it would be nice if they put in this version. Also, if you notice on the Broadway songs that there's 2 songs that isn't in there. It's called How Long Must This Go On and If I Can't Love Her, which are 2 songs that they should have really put in the film. Stuff like that. And then, of course, when Belle rescues her father from the insane asylum, I like both versions. It's best. And of course, the mob song's really good too. This one's a more like deep, in-depth song in this version, but this one's just simple lyrics. And it shows them the objects fighting the objects. But I must say something very important. I like it when Chip in this version, he like, you know, he gets Maurice's chopper and starts rescuing Belle and Beast. Or should I say Belle and Maurice? Why did I say Beast? Where this Chip's just back at the castle fighting off the bad people. And the fight against Belle and Beast and Gaston, both of them are really awesome. I like in this version he says I'm not a beast. That's really awesome. And You Came Back, both of them are really good. They never show the objects turning back into their original antique objects. It's really good. The endings are great. This one shows them like married, and that's the same thing with this one. Great. Awesome. If you have any more information about these 2 movies, leave me a comment on the video and respond to you as soon as possible. More videos are coming up on the way, so stay tuned. I'll see you all there. Thank you and good night, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.